It's time for Jefferson City / Jefferson County map tour. Let's jump into the map and get going. Okay, so Jefferson City and Jefferson County. Let me show you. Jefferson County, huge. Approximately 314 square miles is Jefferson County. Jefferson City is this little tiny piece right here. Notice that Jefferson City, this lake right here is Cherokee Lake. Meanwhile, Jefferson County is a lot of, this is Douglas over here, and a tiny part of Cherokee. So I think that's interesting. I also want to show you that Jefferson County encompasses a lot of like kind of popular places when it comes to Dandridge, New Market somewhat, and then it looks like this is all Sevierville, so it backs up to both Sevier counties and Cocke counties. So just want to point that out to you. But again, notice how much Douglas Lake Jefferson County actually covers. So I wanted to essentially highlight Jefferson City, but also kind of wanted to show you that there's a huge difference between the county and the city. So the city is this tiny little pocket that is just off 11E. So this is east of Knoxville. Downtown Knoxville is here, just east, down 11E. You could take 92 to 40 and take 40 into Knoxville, but notice that 11E cuts right into Knoxville. And then Jefferson City is kind of the beginning of this area called Lakeway, which includes Talbot, Alpha, Morristown, all of this, Russellville, Mooresburg, Bean Station, all of this stuff, Lakeway. Which makes sense because if you think about it, you are between two lakes, Lakeway. And like I said, a lot of this lake is part of Jefferson County. So similar to how Knox County has huge Knox County, and then you've got Knox City, and you've got two taxes, same thing within Jefferson City. So in terms of Jefferson City itself, if we zoom in, again, I want to point out two main roads for you. That is 11E. 11E is going straight through the city. And then the other one is 92, and 92 is the one that's going to take you to exit 417 on I-40. Those are your major roads. This guy back here, that is Old Andrew Johnson Highway, I believe. I always get this confused. It's saying 92 up here, but I just want to show to you that this part back here, yeah, Old Andrew Johnson Highway, kind of mirrors 11E. So for example, when I went to Carson Newman for undergrad, we would take Old AJ to Chucky Pike to the Walmart, and Carson Newman is over here. So main roads though, 11E is cutting right through it, and then 92 is taking you directly to I-40. So I also want to point out to you that from Knoxville, probably you're going to come in from 11E. So I want to point out for you that at the very beginning of the Jefferson City limit is Jefferson Memorial Hospital. That is going to be the hospital most people are going to access within this location of Jefferson City. If you go further out in the county, you might choose something different. One of the Sevier County, like if you're all the way over here, you're not going to Jefferson Memorial Hospital over here, which is right there. You're going to go to somewhere in Sevier County. If you're in Strawberry Plains, you're probably going to go to UT downtown, or one of those things on the east side. You're probably not going to Jefferson Memorial. But for Jefferson City, your closest hospital is going to be Jefferson Memorial. I've actually been there as a college senior at intramural basketball. My nose got broken because somebody came down on me from like a shot. Boom, right into my nose, hit the floor. My boyfriend at the time drove me to the Jefferson Memorial Hospital, and they were very nice. So just want to point that out. I also want to point out this 92. This road is going to take you around essentially the lake, but this is the way that you're going to also go to the Cherokee Dam. So that's something that's kind of cool within Jefferson County. Obviously, it's not within the city, but this is like a 10-minute drive from campus. So that was always something cool. But if you live within the city, that's easy to access cool place to visit for sure. So as I said, as you're coming into 11E, the other thing I want to point out to you is you've got Jefferson Elementary and Jefferson Middle Schools right here along 11E. The high school is further out 92. So you've got the middle and elementary schools, and then you start to come into town. And when I say into town, I mean like Taco Bell, there's a couple car dealerships, there's a Big Lots, there's some like one-off mom and pops places, Zaxby's, Wendy's, all that, Powell's, and then you've got Walmart. So this is the Walmart and Lowe's, and all of that are really just right next to each other. And that's pretty much all she wrote. Like this main road is where the things are. There's a coffee shop, 66 Beans, I believe. Well, it's on 11E, but I think it's called 66 Beans, which used to be right next to Dave's Ice Cream, which no longer exists. But so 11E, this is going to be your main thoroughfare. Now, what is also within the city limits is Carson-Newman University, formerly known as Carson-Newman College. Russel Avenue, this is one of your main cut-throughs. And this is all also where you have campus. So you can turn in essentially right here, if I zoom in, you've got Russell, which is like this main road through. And then you've got a couple others like that cut through to like past the Taco Bell. I wish these wouldn't pop up while I'm doing this. But all of this right here, see how it says like Butler Hall, Heritage Hall, all of this is all Carson-Newman campus. So if I change this view, I just want to show you we are just literally just off 11E. You've got like female dorms on this side. The guys' dorms are over here. You've got humanities, psychology, art kind of in the center of campus. The library is over here. And then you've got the stadium, all the sports stuff, the SAC, which is Student Activity Center. You've got tennis courts, et cetera, et cetera. And campus really, it has started to stretch west a little bit. Like the music building, this is the Appalachian Commons. So those are senior apartments kind of things, but they're part of student housing. And then you've got some newer buildings. There's a business building and some more just stuff. It's continued to grow, et cetera, et cetera. This is the cafeteria. Go see the vlog tour if you want to see me driving through campus. I just want to point out to you that it is right within the city limits. Right, kind of the heart of Jefferson City is Carson-Newman University, and it's just off 11E. Other than that, I mean, you've got a little bit of commercial, which is all of like what this is down here. But everything else, like you've got a little residential. This is pretty much residential. And then also just off this, you've got the Jefferson City Community Center, which actually, there's a picture of a pool. It's kind of like a YMCA, except for Jefferson City. There's a mini golf over here, but really, I mean, think this is certainly more of a small town. Now, the other thing that people ask me a lot about is about cute and quaint downtowns. So Jefferson City has a downtown, but it's really like one block. It's on Main Street. It's this right here. And Old Andrew, and then there's East Main. So this right here is really just the block of stuff. And the fact that there's like a distilling company now, like that never existed before. Super cool. Mossy's Cafe. That's been several different things. I've actually not been there. I need to go there. We need to go to this Mossback Distilling Company. We had some friends that went there. They said it was great. So, I mean, this little pocket right here is where like the downtown is, but it's not as if like, oh wow, there's amazing stuff. There's also railroad tracks here. And if you cross over the railroad tracks from town, you can see that you have access to some water frontage. Now, if you go look at my map tour, my driving tour, I made that literally like one of the last Saturdays in December. You can see that there's a lot of mud. Cherokee certainly does drop. And you can even tell right here, like I don't know when this was done, but in the dead of summer, this would all be water. And this is actually this Cherokee Bay Lake Luxury Lakefront Living. I did drive through that through the vlog tour. Again, noticing that that's technically out in the county, still with a Jefferson City address, but it's not too far. It was about maybe 10 minutes from like downtown to get out to Cherokee Bay Landing. But I just want to point to you that it is not as if Jefferson City is like the mecca of waterfront properties. There's, yes, a tiny little bit, but I want to also point to you that more of the water frontage in Jefferson County is going to be Douglas Lake, not over here at Cherokee. So that's something to note. The other thing I want to note to you is just proximity as well to Talbot, and then as you go a little bit further, going into Morristown. So it is certainly a kind of in-between town. It is cute. Certainly could be a great place for, you know, income producing potential should you choose like these streets, King Street, Mount Castle, which I actually rented a house in college on Mount Castle, Overlook, Arkansas, all of this stuff. If you could find even East Ellis Street, anything walkable would be an excellent income producer investment property, obviously as long as you got it at the right price, like if you overpay. But there's some very cute little houses here that are great for college students. Think 2-bed, 1-bath. My friend and I, it was just she and I, senior year, we rented that house and we could walk to campus, walk to class, etc. So anything over here in this kind of residential area would be great. Now, on the opposite side of campus, these are really nice houses, but Deborah Street tends to have like more fancy historic type stuff. So again, that would be something that you would want to get kind of at a deal. You could find some stuff on High Avenue. I used to have some friends that were on the soccer team and they rented something on Walnut. So anyways, just knowing that there is income producing potential. I would not think that Jefferson City is a huge VRBO, Airbnb short-term rental potential, but I do know for long-term, if you got in at the right price, it would be a great investment because you're going to have a steady stream of renters, especially athletes that need to be at campus longer. Like that's why a lot of those, you know, junior and senior people, they were renting houses instead of like going to student housing. So anyways, just something to think about as far as Jefferson City goes. Google says that Jefferson City is a total of 7 square miles, whereas Jefferson County is 314 square miles. So that is a completely massive difference when it comes to like size, right? But Jefferson City is the most active, I guess you could say, of cities within Jefferson County, because like Dandridge is cute, quaint downtown, and they've got like a Kroger and stuff, but they don't have Walmart, they don't have all that. Now, it's probably your second biggest comparatively, and Newmarket is basically a little blip on the map. Strawberry Plains is kind of in between. So, you know, really your biggest place of stuff to do if you're looking in Jefferson County is going to be Jefferson City. Now, if you're wanting lake views and mountain views, my suggestion is more of Dandridge. So I will do a video of Dandridge, but Jefferson City certainly has the most to show when it comes to like stuff there, which obviously it's not like, oh wow, it's amazing. It's, you know, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that, you know, the main spots are the Walmart and the Lowe's and the Food City. And, you know, you've got a couple little boutique types of stuff coming in downtown, but business can be hard there because, you know, this is largely college town. So anyways, that being said, that is your map tour for Jefferson City. Just want to point out to you in the bigger scheme of where this is located, you know, access to 40, pretty easy, and easy access through downtown. So that is something that is nice about Jefferson City is you can access it either through I-40 or by taking 11E straight out of downtown. And so that is kind of nice. Well, straight out of the 640 exit. I mean, technically you could go right out of downtown. You know what I'm saying. But really, if you look from 11E, follow 11E, blah, 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 and then it hits 40/640 loop. But you could really take this all the way down. It goes to 11, boom, and then you're going right there. So, I mean, pretty convenient, pretty easy access. From downtown Knoxville, you're looking at about a 35-minute drive. I grew up in West Knoxville, so for me to get from like the West Hills area to Jefferson City was about a 45-minute drive. For me to get to the far end of Morristown, that was about 15 minutes, 20 minutes? Yeah. Like I would go to downtown Morristown in college, so that was probably 15 minutes or so. So anyways, that is your Jefferson City map tour. I will say that it is exit 417 on I-40. You can tell I've been there a lot because I have it memorized. And out here, there's like a Perkins and just other stuff as well. But yeah, so I mean, that is everything. That is all she wrote for Jefferson City. I hope this has been helpful. I'm Haley Jones, and I will see you on the next video.